First of all, like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm. Second of all, let me introduce you to the concept of twinning. See, a concept where two characters look too similar. This whole comic book is an example of twinning. There are a half dozen women in this issue, and they all have exactly the same body. 5'4" to 5'7", 130 pounds, B cups, no male gaze guaranteed. Another thing you'll notice the artists do is use clothing and positioning and shadows to conceal the breasts and butts. Not that they need to. None of them have more than B cups, and they have no booty whatsoever. There is zero body diversity, or even age diversity. They all look about 30, and since they are running around in Lycra, I assume they are single without kids. They definitely have cat mom vibes. Some of them are probably too busy to even own cats. They probably own houseplants that they routinely kill. Another thing you notice is that a lot of the shots are far away, exposing the character's back, is that the artist is terrified of showing butts. The compositions feel very repetitive. You're going to also notice that they turn the characters away from the viewer's point of view to hide the breasts and butt. They will turn the body in the most awkward positions to move the butt away from the view and to move the breasts away from the view. Or if they show the breasts, they're almost completely flat. In some of the shots, the women have no breasts and rectangular faces with square jaws. They literally look like thin men with long hair. Even scenes shot from the sides, the character's arms will cover her breasts and her butt will be in shadows. You might not notice it consciously, but subconsciously you notice all the women look exactly alike. They are carbon copies of each other. Your mind notices the weird angles meant to conceal her body. After a few issues, your conscious mind picks up on it. Then the comic becomes ridiculous. Prove it yourself. Go through all eight issues. You will absolutely spot what I'm talking about. It feels aggressive, like it is aggressively trying to be bad. I picture the artist and Kelly Thompson is standing over him with a whip. Sex appeal is completely off the table. In not one image will you find a sexually appealing drawing. You may argue that the character is an action-adventure sci-fi thing. Sex appeal isn't necessary. You're sort of right that it doesn't have to be the focus of the story, but there has to be some element of it in the story. Here's why. These are all skinny women in their early 30s. They're in good shape, so our subconscious mind kind of expects to see them as attractive. I think it's a biological expectation. They are fit and still young enough to bear children. They are triggering the attractive part of our brains. The reader is expecting a couple of shots that show fit, younger women looking beautiful, but it never happens. They never dress feminine or doll up for some R&R. Even in the scene where they get together to have a girls' night, they're dressed in long, flowing shirts or jackets. What are the odds that they all cover up in exactly the same way? It becomes aggressive after a while. I feel bad for the artists. You know that the artists like drawing beautiful people. So all the women have exactly the same body, and they all dress to conceal their B cups. It's repetitive and boring. You see this twinning? Where they have exactly the same body. No butt, no breast, turned away from the camera. How engaging is that? Or this, she shot way in the distance. You can't see anything. Every shot is like this. It's completely repetitive. The full page shot. It moves the story along, gets some dialogue. This is the close-up of her. On the top, the bottom, and that's another character. No, this doesn't grab the reader. Listen, even girls and women like to see beautiful women. Everyone likes to see beautiful women. This isn't reread the patriarchy, no pun intended. This is just bad storytelling. This is bad art. Even lesbians don't dress all the same. There are masculine and feminine ones. Even they like to dress up and look sexy. There's a scene where the two ladies are off duty talking on the porch. They of course both wear jackets to cover their A cups. Captain Marvel isn't bothered by heat or cold, so the jacket is purely a style choice. Even when the ladies are inside in the living room, they are all wearing jackets. This is the scene I'm talking about. They're outside on the porch. They're all wearing jackets. Completely concealed. They could just be skinny, long-haired men. Completely concealed, no breasts, even when the chest is in view, because they're all wearing long, flowing jackets. Everything's hidden. There should be breasts there and there. She's wearing a tent and leggings. Her crotch is concealed and her breasts are concealed. You're just doing this on purpose, and it's obvious. I mean, after 2 issues, the reader starts to say, what's going on? Why can't we have beautiful things? Okay, so they're outside on the porch wearing these jackets. They're outside on the porch looking like men, long flowing coats. Then they go inside, and they're all wearing jackets in the living room. And then after this, they go outside, and they're wearing jackets. So this means the temperature is the same inside and outside. This doesn't make any sense. People come inside, and everyone takes their coats off and puts them on a bed. For some reason, these ladies all decide to keep their coats on. Eventually, the artist hiding the women becomes it's like an elephant in the room. And the Hulk's not even, she's wearing a tank top. So is it cold or is it warm or what? Why are they wearing their clothing, their jackets inside? This is just aggressively stupid. It's so obvious. I'm sure it's not even a conscious decision by the artist anymore. It's just understood that these women won't be portrayed in a sexual or feminine manner at all. Not once in 8 issues. Pick up 2 of these issues. Hell, flip through all 8 issues. All the women are the same. Not feminine and not exactly masculine. Just kind of androgynous. Completely asexual. You could never imagine one of these women having a child or breastfeeding. Or, God forbid, even having sex. Because that supports the patriarchy or whatever. There is no hint of any relationships in this issue. I don't know if there is in the prior books, but that is how forgettable they are. But if there is a heterosexual relationship, I absolutely guarantee you that it will be interracial. It won't be Chinese, Latino, Eastern European, Russian. It will specifically be an African guy. It almost always is. It's such a cliche that it has become a Marvel trope. It's painfully obvious. We get it, Marvel. You're woke. I'm sure everyone who works there is in an interracial relationship. Right? All the writers, editors, artists are all in mixed relationships. I'm sure that this isn't just cultural Marxist propaganda. You guys are practicing what you preach. Y'all ain't hypocrites, are ya? Oh, Bianca, you just hate interracial relationships. Absolutely not. But if it represents 5% of actual relationships, then that's how often it should be portrayed in the comics. Anything more is propaganda, pushing an agenda. Oh, these are 3 other comics I found with female lead characters. Some kind of female, I don't know what she's supposed to be, a vampire, Asian, probably Asian because of the writers. She is a Indian, I think she's supposed to be Indian, an archer and a horsewoman, or an equestrian. This actually is probably the best story so far. Kind of a horror movie flick, resonant, and so far the first issue is pretty good. Blade Runner, the female mixed Asian lead, of course. Oh, where do we get past Monica Rambeau? That is Monica Rambeau. Take a look at that. Anyway, it's anything more than the whatever's in real life. If it's overrepresented, then it's propaganda. It's just pushing an agenda. The comic is poorly done due to the dialogue and plot and the artistic style choices, not the art itself. The artist is either choosing or forced to draw this way. They are definitely slumming. Take a look at one of the earlier Captain Marvels, Monica Rambeau. You'll see what a good comic and character can look like. Plus, she is African. I'm sure when 2019 Captain Marvel gets canceled, any day now, they will reboot it with Monica Rambeau, except this time she'll be Muslim and lesbian, possibly trans. Heck, make her Irish and have her just identify as African, like Sean King. Anyway, this comic sucks, and if you paid $4 for it, you should have saved your money. Put it in your piggy bank and save it for a prostitute who dresses like Captain Marvel. Or maybe drugs. Either one is a better choice than supporting Marvel. Anyway, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe.